Hello everyone. So in last video we started a practice test. Now we are going to continue the same thing. Let's start with this question. So we have given system of equations. We have to find the value of 6x minus 2. As you can see in question, x minus 2 is given. If I can find this value, the value of x minus 2, I will get this, right? By multiplying it with 6. So basically what we need to do is first if I add both of them I can find it, right? So if I add these two equations, so I'm going to add this because adding this will cancel out these two because one is negative, other is positive, and this will become 2x minus 2. And if I add these two, 117 and 442, I will get 559. Now I divide both sides with 2 to get rid of this 2. So 2 cancel out. X minus 2 is equals to 559 divided by 2, or what I can do is better way is rather than dividing it with 2, because I can just multiply it with 3, because 3 times 2 is 6 and I need to find this. So I multiply it with 3. This will give me 1677. That's how we are supposed to solve these kind of questions. Now let's go ahead and let's see next question. So this is our next question. How many solution does the given equation have? We have given equation, we have to find how many solution it have. So first of all, I solution means what? Solution means we need to find value of x, right? So if I add both side 98x, I'm going to add 98x this side and this side. So this is minus 98, this is plus. So this will cancel out. I will get 0 this side. This is 98x minus 49, which will give me 49x. Now I divide both side with 49. This will to get rid of this 49 because I need to find x. So now I got x is equals to 0. So it has one solution, which is x is equals to 0, right? Let's see next question. So we have given a function, and as you can see there is a constant in the function, which is w, right? This w is a constant. What is the sum of all possible values of w? Okay, so we have to find all possible values, sum. Okay, let's see how we are going to do it. So this is my function. So first, to find the roots of gx, we set our function is equals to 0, like x minus 2, x plus 6 whole square is equals to 0. Now how many solutions are there? One, first we equate x is equals to 0. Second, we equate this with 0 to find zeros. So from here, if I add both side 2, I will get x is equals to 2. Now third is this, when we equate x plus 6 whole square is equals to 0. Okay, so this gives us um, x is equals to minus 6, right? Because when we take this plus 6 to other side of equal sign, the sign becomes opposite. So the roots of the given functions are 3, which is x is equals to 0, 2 and negative 6, right? Now we have to solve for the possible values of w. So because we have to find g 7 minus w, so we are going to set 7 minus w equal to each of the root and solve for w. So first we find, because first root is x is equals to 0, right? So first of all we are going to set x minus w is equals to 0. So from here, if I move my w this side, this will give me w is equals to 7, right? I got one value of w. Then my second root is 2. So I'm going to equate as I mean 7 minus w is equals to 2. From here w will become, if I move w this side, this will become 7 minus 2 and take 2 this side. So 7 minus 2 is 5. So I got w is equals to 5. So second value is this. Next I set 7 minus w equal to negative 6 because that's my third root. So if I move w this side, w will become positive, and if I move this negative 6 this side, it will become positive 6. So 7 plus 6, right, which is equals to 13. So I got these three values of w: 7, 5 and 13. Now it says calculate the sum of all possible values of w. So sum means we need to add all of them: 7, 5 and 13. So if I add them, I get 25. So sum is 25. So my answer is 25. Okay. Now let's see next question. Um, let's see this one. Okay. I think we can do this one also. This is, let's go line wise. I was thinking to do this after that, but let's go line wise. So it says a rectangle is inscribed in a circle, that each vertex of the rectangle lies on the circumference of the circle. So we have a circle. Okay, it does not look like circle, but suppose this is our circle and rectangle. It says each vertex of rectangle lies on the circumference of circle. So each vertex should touch circle like this. It's something like this. Okay. Now the diagonal of the rectangle is twice the length of shortest side of, this is the diagonal, this is the center, suppose. So diagonal is twice the length of shortest side of the rectangle. Suppose shortest side is w. This is shortest side of rectangle, which is w. So the diagonal will become 2w, right? Because it is twice of shortest side. So this is diagonal. Now if we know this and this, we can use Pythagorean theorem to find the third side of a triangle, because this is right triangle. So suppose this is length, so I can write, because sum of this length square plus width square or shortest side is equals to diagonal square. Diagonal square is 2w, right? It's square. So if I square it, 2 square is 4 and w square is w square. Now I move this w this side, so this will become 4w square minus w square. This side I have l square. Now let me just go down. Yeah, so I will get l square is equals to 4 minus w, 3 w square. Now I square root both side, this cancel out, I get l is equals to square root of 3, w square will come outside square root, which is w, right? So this is my length. But in question, what it is asking me to calculate the diameter of the circle. I got length, but now I need to find diameter of this circle. If you notice one thing, diameter is same as, this is diameter of circle, which is the diagonal of this rectangle, 2w. But I need to find it, I need w value, right? I got l. What else I have given is area of rectangle is given. So using this I can find w. How? Because we know the rectangle area formula is length times width. I know length is w root 3 times w. Area value is also given, 1089 root 3. If you see this root 3 cancel out, because if you just divide both side with root 3, they will cancel out, right? Now you get 1089 is equals to w square. If you multiply these two, you get w square. Now you square root both side to get rid of the square. This cancel out. W is, if you find square root of this, you will get 33. So W is equals to 33 units. Now we know uh, the diameter of this circle is 2W. So diameter is 2W. So 2 times 33 is 66. So that's our answer, right? Let's do next question. So this question we have given a table where we have values of x and value of this function which is gx. Uh, gx is given, this is our function, it is a linear function. What is the y-intercept of the graph? Okay, so if fx is a linear function, so linear function means we can write it as slope intercept form. So fx can be written as mx plus b. This is slope intercept form, right? Where m is slope and b is y intercept. Now gx is given as fx over x plus 3. This is the relation. Now from here, if I find fx, this fx will become, if I multiply these two, I will get fx, right? Fx would be gx times, I should write it here. I should write it here. From here, if I find fx, I will just multiply these two, right? So I'm going to write this side. Fx is equals to gx times x plus 3, right? This is what I have. Now from this table, I have values of x and gx. Let's suppose I'm putting x is equals to negative 27. I can plug here negative 27. So for this, the value of gx is 3. So at place of gx, I can put 3, and at place of x, I can put 27. Plus 3 is already written here. Now 3 times 27 minus 3 is 24, negative 24. So if I multiply these two, I get negative 72. So I got f of negative 27 is equals to negative 72, right? This is what I got. Uh, Now after this, I have got this 72. Basically, if I plug these values is in slope intercept form, here mx plus b, what I will get is, I have this fx is equals to mx plus b. So f of negative 27 is equals to, what I can write over here is uh, negative 27. Okay, just a minute. I got f of negative 27 as 72, right? Now, if I see over here, my value of x was negative 27 because that's what I put from the table. So I can put, if I at place of x, I can put negative 27. So negative 27m plus b is equals to negative 72, right? Because 72 is fx. Fx is 72. So I can write like this. Now, what I can do is, uh, from here, I can get the value of m. If I just solve it, now I need one more equation to solve it, right? I got one equation, and other equation, for other equation I can use other pair of values, negative 9 and 0. So this time I'm going to take, or let's say I take third value 21 and 5. So f of 21, if I find f of 21, that means I'm taking x is equals to 21. So again I'm going to put it in the same value, which is gx times x plus 3. So this is my function gx times x plus 3. So for x is, when x is 21, y is 5. I mean gx is 5. So at place of gx I can put 5, and x is 21. So 21 plus 3, which is going to be 5 times 21 plus 3 is 24, which is 120. So I got f of 21 120. Again I plug the same thing into slope intercept form, which is mx plus b. So if I plug it at place of x, x is 21. So I get 21m plus b is equals to 120, isn't it? Because this is fx. So at place of fx I'm writing 120. Now I got one more equation. So I have two equation now. I can solve, because I need to find b, right? I can solve these two and find b. So first of all, if I just subtract first equation from second to eliminate b, I can get it, because this is 27m, this is 21m. So if I just subtract them, this is plus b, this is going to be minus b, and they will cancel out with each other. So if I just subtract them, this will become 27 minus 21, or let's say I'm going to do 21 this will become positive. Let me just write it, 21m plus b. I'm going to subtract this. This side I have 120 minus this. So this plus b and minus b, because there is minus, so they will cancel out. 21 plus 27 will become 48m. This side we have, they will also add up, 192. Now I divide both sides with 48 to find m, and m will become 4. 192 divided by 48 is 4. I have m. Now I can plug it in any one of those equation to find b. So if I plug it in second equation here, 1m plus b is equals to 120. So this is going to be 21, m is 4, and b is equals to 120. I just plug the value of m over here in this equation. So now 21 times 4 is 84, plus b is equals to 120. Now b is 120 minus 84, which is 36. So I got the value of b. And now to determine the y-intercept, if I mean this is my y-intercept, right? 36. So 0 comma 36, this is my y-intercept. C. So this option is correct. Okay. uh, Now let's do next question, a percentage question. What is 10% of 470? So 10% of 470, how do we calculate that? 10% of 470. Percentage, we can write it into fraction, 10 out of 100. Whenever we have of, that means we need to do times 470. So 10 over 100 is 0.10. If we times it with 470, so we will get 47.0. So this option B is correct. Next question, it says which equation has the same solution as the given equation? Okay, so the given equation is given, this 4x plus 6 is equals to 18. Now um, we just need to move constant terms one side. If you move this 6 this side, you will get 4x is equals to 18 minus 6. It is positive 6, it will become negative 6. Or you do both side, you do minus 6, same thing, right? So this 18 minus 6 is 12. So that means the, uh, these two are same equation. So they will be having same solution, isn't it? Okay. Next is this one. It says total cost in dollars to rent a surfboard consists of $25 service fee and 10 per hour rental fee, and T is time, and this is maximum, spent a maximum of this much, which inequality represent this situation. So basically, um the person intends to spend maximum 75, so maximum 75, right? That means it should be less than 75, right, the value, and 10 per hour rental fee. So uh, this is per hour means 10 t, right? Let's say t is, because if there are t hours, so 10 times t will give us the hourly fees. Okay, then maximum of 75 meaning total cost must be less than or equal to $75. So that means this should be less than or equal to 75, because 75 is maximum, and 25, this is a service fees, right? So 25 plus 10t should be less than and equal to 75, right? So option D is correct, right? Why we can't multiply 25 with t? Because it stays $10 per hour. 25 like it is a service fee, because it does not says per hour or something like that. That's why option D is correct. Let's do next question. Again, it is a function question. Function g is defined for which value of g is gx is equals to 25. So gx, we gx is 25. So at place of gx, I'm going to put 25 is equals to x square plus 9. Now we need to isolate x term. So I need to take this number this side. So this plus 9 will become minus 9. We have x square this side. 25 minus 9 is 16. Now I need to solve it for x. So I need to do square root both side to get x. This side I have x. Square root of 16 is 4, right? So I get plus minus 4, because why we get plus minus 4? If you square positive 4, you get 16. If you square negative 4, still you get 16, because if you multiply negative number two times, you get a positive answer, right? So you get x plus minus 4. So the possible value for x is 4 and minus 4. So out of this, 4 is your correct answer, right? So this was a simple question. Now next question. So you have given system of equations. What is the value of x? You have to solve it for x. Now because you have given the y value, if you plug this here in second equation, you will get it in x. You will make this second term, second equation into x terms, and you can solve it for x, right? So 4x plus, at place of y I'm going to plug negative 3x is equals to 15. Now 4 minus 3 is just x, x is equals to 15. So option C is correct, right? Let's see next question. Again we have a function question. The function f is defined by the equation what is the value of fx when x is 4. So at place of x, we are going to plug 4 because x is equals to 4 is given. So we have to find basically f of 4, 7 times 4 plus 2. So which is 28 plus 2, which is 30. So the answer is 30, right? Uh, I think it is the same question repeating again. Okay. Now we have a graph question. So this graph is given. It says which of the following equation is the most appropriate linear model for the data in the scatter plot? Okay. So the data point shows a clear down, like it is going downward from left to right, right? So which indicate that it is going to have negative slope. So if you see these equations C and D, they have positive slope, so you can eliminate them because the slope should be negative. The graph is going like this. If the graph goes like this upward, then the slope has to be positive. So to choose between option A and B, consider y-intercept because slope is both of them slope having same slope. So if you check a y-intercept, one is negative y-intercept, other is positive, right? So option like as you can see here, the y-intercept is where the graph crosses y-axis, and here y-intercept is positive, right? As you can see, this is positive. It is above 0. So that means option B is correct because option A has negative y-intercept, which is wrong. You can see it from graph. So correct option is B. Okay, now we have a quadratic equation. So which one of the solution to the given equation? We have to find its solution. That means we have to solve it for z. Okay, so we can factor it. Uh, to factor, we have to find two numbers that multiply to negative 24, two numbers, and they should add up to 10 middle term. So if you see 12 and 2, 12 times 2, but we need negative 24. So we can make 2 negative. Why? Because now 12 minus 2 is 10. We need positive 10. So that's why I made 2 negative. If I write, if I do negative 12 times 2 and I add them, I get negative 10, which is wrong. I need positive 10, right? That's why I am going to take these two numbers. So at place of 10z, I'm going to write 12z and minus 2z, right? At place of this, I wrote this. Now from first two terms, I can take z common. So I get z plus 12 from these two terms. From last two terms, I take negative 2 common, I get z plus 12, right? Because 12 times 2 is 24. Because I took negative sign common, that's why I changed my sign from negative to positive. These two terms should always be same. So we write them one time, and the next bracket is these two terms will make up next brackets. Z minus 2 is equals to 0. Now we equate both of them to 0. So z plus 12 is equals to 0. If you add both side, I mean subtract both side negative 12, you get z is equals to negative 12. From second one, if you equate this with 0, you will get z is equals to 2, right? Because this is negative 2, so it will become positive 2. So these are the solutions. It was asking for solution. Okay, that's how you can solve it. Okay, now we are going to do next question, which is of graph. So we have a graph, and this is a graph of a function fx. Fx is given, it is a cubic polynomial, and for how many values of x does fx is 0? So basically you have to check the graph and check the graph where it is intersecting x-axis 1, 2 and 3. At three places you can see it is intersecting x-axis here, here and here. So that means it is going to have three values where fx is 0, right? So the third option is correct, 3. Where, like, as you can see here at this point, these are also called zeros or roots. um, let's see our next question. So yeah, it says Vivan bought parties hats and cupcakes for this. Each package of party hats cost this and each cost cupcake cost this. If Vivan bought 10 package of party hats, how many cupcakes did she buy? Okay, so first we calculate total cost of party hats. Basically, the cost per package of party hat is $3. So total cost of hats, it is going to be um because they cost $3 and 10 package of party hats, so 10 times 3, right? It will give you 30. This is the total cost of packaging and per package. Now we determine the remaining money of cupcakes. So total amount spent was 71, right? So if I subtract 30 from 71, yeah, because total amount is 71. If I just a minute, yeah, from total amount, if I subtract 30, I will get remaining amount. So to find remaining money, now I find remaining money, I do 71 minus 30, which is equals to $41. Now I can calculate number of cupcakes bought. How? Because each cupcake cost $1, it says here, and number of cupcakes, like this is the remaining money. So if I divide remaining one money with cost per cupcake, I will get number of cupcakes, which is 41. Okay, so she bought 41 cupcakes. Okay, next is which expression is equivalent to this? Okay, so we need to solve. First, we look at the options, and if you see the common factor of 6, because as you can see, there is a common term in each of them, right? So if I take the greatest common factor of 6 and 12 is 6, right? So I can take 6 common from these two terms. From x to the power 8 and x to the power 2, I can take x to the power 2 common, right? y2, so I can take y2 common. Now here I took x2 common, so x to the power 6 is going to be there, right? Because 6 plus 2 is 8, right? Like if that's the rule for multiplying two exponent. If base is same like x and 2 and 6, so we add their power, right? 2 plus 6, which will give you 8. So I took 2 common, so 6 is remaining. I took 6 common, so 2 is remaining because 6 times 2, 12. I took x2 common, y2 common out. So there is nothing remaining. This is. If you check, option C is correct, right? Okay. Uh, so we have next question, which says a neighborhood consists of 2 hectare parks and 35-hectare residential area. The total number of trees in neighborhood is 3934. Equation is given which is representing this situation. Which of the following is best interpretation of x in this context? So we have to basically do interpretation of x. This x. So in this equation 2x must represent the total number of trees in the park. Um, and 3y, it must represent total number of trees in the residential area, right? So for 2x to be total number of trees in the park, 2 hectares, like x must represent the average number of tree per single hectare in the park. Similarly, y, it will represent average number of trees per hectare in the residential area, right? So basically this option is correct, the average number of trees per hectare in the park. Okay, because as in the question it is like 2x and 35, so a option is correct. Now we have second question, graph question. Okay, so this graph, going downward, it is showing relation between number of shares of stocks from company a x and number of share of stocks from company b y. So Simone can purchase, which equation could represent this relationship? Okay, we have given options. There we have options. Okay. Um, so basically we have x-intercept here, y-intercept. The slope, we can calculate slope and find this equation. So let's do it from this graph. So what is my y-intercept? Y-intercept is this 40, I mean 0 comma 40, right? And x-intercept, as you can see, is 60 comma 0. Now I have these 2 points. Using these points I can find slope, this formula, right? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So y2, I have these 2 points, which is 0 comma 40 and 60 comma 0. Using this, y2 is 0 and y1 is 40 over x2 is 60 and x1 is 0. So if I do this, negative 40 over 60, which will give me negative 2/3. I have slope, I have y-intercept, I can use slope intercept form, which is y is equals to mx plus b. Slope is negative 2 over 3 x plus b. Slope and y-intercept, as you can see from the graph, it is 40. This is my y-intercept, right? 40. So I will write here 40. Now if I do, because I can see there is no such like option. So if I multiply whole equation with 3 to get rid of this fraction, I multiply everything with 3, but it does not say anything like that. Okay, so which option is correct? Let's see. Okay, I multiply, even if I do it with 3, I will get 2x plus 120. So which option shows here? Y is equals to 8x. 12y. Okay, I think y is equals to 12x. No, this is not going to work because we got negative 2/3 x. So uh, if you do, maybe if I multiply it with 4, I think I can get d. Yeah. If I multiply this equation with 4, this will become 12y, this will become negative 8x, and this will become 480. Yeah. So basically, now if I move this negative 8x this side, I will get positive 8x. This side I have 800. Um this side I have 480. So 12y, if you see B, option B is correct, right? Matching with this. Okay, so if like your answer is not matching with the options, don't think that it's wrong. Like I got this y is equals to this, but I need to I can just think of if I can convert it into this form. How can I? Okay, so just take a moment, take a minute to think about it. Okay. Hmm. Next question is from circle. Circle has a radius of 3n, and then there is circle B. Its radius is 129n, and then they are asking to compare area, right? So we know area of circle is pi r square, where r is radius. So suppose this, um, when we have to compare their area, we need to divide. So area of B and area of A, we need to divide them. So pi, radius of B is 129, um, square, n square, and then radius of A is 3, so 3n square. Basically pi cancel out, 129 square and 3 square. So if you divide them, you get 43 square, which is 1849. So option D is correct. Okay. um, Next, again a circle question. So there is a circle in xy plane. The diameter is it has a diameter, and its endpoints are given. Equation of circle is given. We have to find radius because this r is radius. Okay. So when we have endpoints, we can find distance using distance formula, right? So let's suppose if I have x1 y1 and x2 y2, this is x1 y1, this is x2 y2. I can use distance formula, which is x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square, square root, under root. Now I use my points, which is this and this, plug them at place of x1 y1 and x2 y2, and I can find the distance. So x2 is 2, um, this is x2, 2 minus 2 will give me 0 square, plus y2 is 14, y1 is 4. So 14 minus 4 is 10 square. So 10 square is 100. Square root of 100 is 10. So the distance is 10 units. Distance is basically nothing, but this is going to give me diameter, because these were the endpoints of diameter as given in the question, right? Now we have diameter. We know radius is half of diameter. So if I divide 10 with 2, which is 5 units, I get my radius. Okay, that's how we are supposed to do it. So radius is 5. um, let's see next question. So it says a certain town has an area of 4.36 square miles. What is the area in square yards? 1 mile is given that this is this much yards. So it says square yards, right? So I need to square both side to convert it into square yards. So if I do square both side, this side and this side, so I will get 1 square mile is equals to square of 1760 is 3,097,600 square yards. Now actually I need to convert this into square yards, right? So 4.3, if I multi, this is the 1 square mile is this many square yards. So if I multiply 4.36 mile with this, I will convert it into square yards. So I need to do 4.36 times 3,097,600. If I do my math, just multiply them, I will get this. So option D is correct. Okay, let's see next question. So in xy plane, graph of equation we intersect line this at exactly 1 point. What is the value of c? Okay, first of all I need to like rearrange into it in a proper way. Okay, rearrange equation into standard form. So because this is x square, standard form means what? Ax square plus bx plus d is equals to 0. So standard form, x square plus 9x minus 100 is equals to 0. This is my standard form. Uh, and they both are y. This is y, this is y. So what I can do is I can equate this with c, right? Because they both are y. So I can equate this equation with c because y is equals to y. Now I move the c with this side, so this will become negative c. um, right? Negative c is equals to 0. Now we can use the discriminant to find condition of one solution, because the graph of quadratic equation and a horizontal line y is equals to c, like it's a horizontal line graph, it intersect at exactly 1 point when the line is tangent to the parabola, because it's a quadratic equation. So quadratic equation has parabola. Let, like suppose this is horizontal line this, so they should be meeting at 1 point, so it will be like tangent like this. So basically we use discriminant, which is b square minus 4ad. So if we find this b square minus 4ad, b is 9, so 9 square is 81 minus 4. What is a? A is 100 plus c. Okay. uh, I mean a is 1. Now if a is 1 and my c is 4a, okay, a is 1. If I just do negative 1 actually, okay, d is 100 plus c. Now I just multiply this and get the value of c. So 81 minus 400 and minus 4c is equals to 0. Then this 400 minus 81 is minus 319 minus 4c. Now I take 4c this side, I get negative 319 is equals to 4c. Divide both side with 4, this cancel out. So this is going to give me c is equals to negative 319 over 4. So the option is this. Okay. Now, okay, let's do next question. So we have given a table, x and y values are given. So for line h, the table shows values of x and corresponding values of y. Line k is the result of translating line h down 5 units down what is x-intercept of line? Okay, so first we calculate slope of line h using 2 point, because x1, x2, y1, y2 we have. So I use this formula, y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. I can find slope. Let's say I'm taking these 2 points as my x2, x1, y2, y1. y2 is 160, y1 is 130. 160 minus 130 is 30 over x2 is 23, x1 is 18. So 23 minus 18 is 5. So 30 divided by 5 is 6. So I got my slope 6. Now I can use point slope form, um, which is y minus y1 is equals to m x minus x1. So I can take any one point. Let's say I'm taking 18 and 130. This point, this point as my x1 and y1. So I'm going to take 18 comma 130, as this is x1, this is y1. So y minus y1 is 130 is equals to slope is 6, m is slope, right? And x minus x1 is 18. Now I multiply them with 6. So I get y minus 130 is equals to 6x minus 6 times 18, 108. Now I take number one side and convert it into slope intercept form. Y is equals to 6x minus 18. When I move this side, it becomes plus 130. So negative 108 plus 130, if I subtract them, I get 22, which is positive. So basically y-intercept is 22, right? Um, but what it is asking is x-intercept. Okay. To determine x-intercept, y should be 0, right? I need to plug y is equals to 0 over here. So if I plug 0, I will get 0 is equals to 6x plus 22, right? But in this question it says line h down 5 units. So down 5 units means I need to subtract 5 units, 5 from 22. So 22 minus 5 is 17. So this will become 6x plus 17 is equals to 0. Now x 6x is equals to negative 17. If I move it other side of equal sign, right? Equal, so this, now I divide both side with 6. I get negative 17 over 6. So x is negative 17 over 6, y is 0. So basically option D is correct. This. Okay. Now uh, let's see next question. So the perimeter of an equilateral triangle is given, and height of triangle is given. It is asking k. So in height there is a constant k. That is what we have to find. So we know perimeter of equilateral triangle is, let's say I'm denoting it with p, 3 times side, right? So which is given, its value is given. So I can put perimeter 624, 3 times side. So from here I can find side of equilateral triangle. If I divide both side with 3, this 3 cancel out. So this will give me 208 centimeter. So I got side. Now I need to calculate height of triangle. Height is given uh, k root 3. So height of equilateral triangle with side, suppose side is s, or let's say I'm just going to write it side root 3 over 2. This is the formula to find it. I know side is 208 root 3 over 2. I can divide this with 2. I will get 104 root 3. This is my height. Now height is given in the question as k root 3. So at place of k I can put k root 3 is equals to 104 root 3. So this cancel out if I both side divide root with root 3. So k is going to be 104. Okay, that's how we can find it. Thank you.